Am I the only one that doesn't like hustle culture? Why do I need an LLC? Why do I need multiple streams of income? Why am I lazy if I don't want to be an entrepreneur? Why can't I just be normal? You got to lose sleep. You're going to lose family members. You got to work 90 million hours a week. Why do I have to do that? I like what I have. I'm cool with what I got. I'm trying to figure out what in history happened where enough no longer became enough. And who decided that luxury or lavish living was the best way to live?
Hustle culture or not? Why do we need to have multiple jobs? Some people are jumping right into the swing, like some people are jumping right into it and creating so many businesses, making side income here, then here, there, and the other, here and there. And then there's others who are just questioning, why do I need to do this? Why can't a simple life be enough? Why isn't enough just enough? And the most important point that people are raising now is, why do I have to go against my nature? And this is where we can get so much benefit from the Bhagavad Gita, because whether you choose this kind of work or that kind of work is simply a karmic choice. It's just a surface level material choice. It doesn't really, it really doesn't determine the ultimate destination of your life. So the scriptures yoga texts will explain that there is swabhava and there is swarupa. You have your nature. Like, some people are generally administrative in nature. They have that mindset, they can kind of just figure out how to do things in an administrative way. Some people are warrior like in nature. Some people are intellectual in nature. Others are businessmen like in nature, or businesswomen like in nature. So everyone's got their own material proclivities and tendencies. This is kind of like, we come into this world with these tendencies, and based on these tendencies, we make different occupational choices in our life. But this is just our surface tendency, our material tendency. Beyond this kind of swabhava is swarupa, our eternal nature, who we are, beyond this body, beyond this mind, what is our real identity. Now, and that eternal identity is service to Jivera Swarupa Krishnera Nityadas. We have eternal nature of serving the Supreme. You can see, you can say, like, I don't believe in the Supreme. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in it. That's fine. If you don't serve the Supreme, you will still serve. Maybe you will serve your dog. Maybe you'll serve your cat. Maybe you'll serve a partner. Maybe you'll serve a child, a government, somebody. But you will always serve. It's the nature of the living entity to serve. For example, like salt's always salty. If there's white powder, you put it on your tongue and it's not salty, it's not salt. If there is something sweet, if there's sugar and you put it on your tongue and it's not sweet, you're like, this is not sugar. So everything's got its eternal nature. The eternal nature of the living entity is to serve. The choice we have is, who do we serve? We serve Krishna, or we serve some material object or material person or body. And based on where we repose our energies, if we repose our energies on something material, it just cannot reciprocate with us in an ultimate sense, and we feel dissatisfaction in our life. But when we repose our energies in service to Krishna, we are able to feel that complete satisfaction because of perfect reciprocation. So the real question is, what is our nature? Now, back to the video. If you make a choice of joining into the hustle culture, if you make a choice of not joining into the hustle culture, that's just a karmic choice. It doesn't really determine the ultimate destination of your life. And actually, from what I see, the one who's jumping into the hustle culture is kind of just doing what they think is right. The one who's not jumping into it is also doing what just they think is right. The world cannot run on everyone's individual opinion. The world actually runs on the laws of the Supreme, on the nature, on karma. There's forces in action. Karmena divya netrena. This world goes on under divine supervision and karmic flow. If we're just going to act on our mental preferences, like what my mind says is right or wrong, then which choice you make is actually inconsequential, because both choices are going to lead to a complete zero. Because at the time of death, just like we come into the world with nothing, we leave this world with nothing. In between this two nothings and nothings, we can make it super complicated, but achieve nothing in the end, because we haven't invested in our eternal position. So all these temporary or permanent economic changes we make in our life does not determine what we take with us. So we have to really try to understand what our real nature is, not just kind of like speculate about, I think this is good, I think that is bad, enough is enough. One is not better than the other. If Krishna is not in the center, then it's just both choices are equally poor.